Hey guys, I apologize for the mess. I'm not going to be on camera today. I'm in the middle of doing a spell and I wanted to show you guys what I'm doing so you can see how kind of like easy this stuff is, and the spell that I'm doing is very much effective. So I have been absent. I just moved across the country, and my dog is dealing with some very critical health issues. So if you guys wouldn't mind to send her light and send her love. After doing my last video, I discussed how when people do dark magic against me and it doesn't work because I've set up so many wards, and also I'm just protected, they tend to attack my dog. And I have done protective work on her, but the person that did this did very dark death magic on her. So she's not going to die, but it has caused severe issues for her. So what I'm doing today is a spell to ensure that they can never attack her again like this, and to heal what's already been done. So I've been working on her to reverse this magic for some time now, but this is really just going to put the nail in the coffin to ensure this all negative energy directed at her is directed back, which is sad. You have to do this for a dog, but that's how dark and stupid these people are. So if you wouldn't mind, send her some love, send her some light, wish her well. And yes, I will show you guys what I'm doing. Now, I'm doing a mirror spell today. There are two different types. Well, there are a couple of different types. There are two different types that I do. You do a mirror spell, a mirror box with the mirrors on the outside, and this protects the person on the inside. And later I'm going to show you a different version of this that is a little bit more dark magic. So I would prefer, I'm not going to go as detailed to that because I just feel like if you're going to do something like that, you need to have a little bit of knowledge of magic on your own, you know? I'd rather not give you a step-by-step way to do something that's very powerful and then get you in trouble later because, you know, you did it without thinking, or you just didn't know what you're doing. And you can, I'll explain at the end of the video with that. Anyways, so today is Tuesday. You need to know your days of the week when you're casting spells just to give you the best boost. Now, I wrote it down, but I'll just go over it with you guys. So Mondays are moon days. The moon is the mother of the zodiac. It's, moon is good for fertility, also Venus. Moon is good for intuition. Mondays are very good for spells to increase your intuition, your psychic abilities. They can also be used as defensive magic, but more so like binding someone that is annoying and chaotic. Tuesdays are Mars days. So Mars days are days that you really want to reserve for people that have really done a number, you know, like actual reversal work where you need to get a little bit more serious and have a little bit more of that Martian war energy behind your spell. Wednesdays are Mercury days. Mercury it's Gemini and Virgo, so it's a sign of like intelligence, communication. So, you know, if you want to do a spell that will make it easier for you to study, or do a spells, you know, to clear your throat chakra, that's a great day for that. Thursday is Jupiter days. Jupiter is good for expansion, higher learning, and also turns in fate. So if you need good luck, you really want to do that on a Jupiter day. Also, like a gambling spell is good for Jupiter day. Friday is Venus day. So Venus rules over love and luxury. So Venus is also good for money. It's good for fertility, for any love spells. Abundance. Jupiter is more for like fast money. Venus is more for like a steady flow and just to be abundant in your life. Saturdays are Saturn days, so spells to do with karma. You can also do reversals on Saturdays. Again, it would be more of like a karma reversal rather than someone that has spiritual warfare is best for Mars day. And then Sunday is Sun. So Sunday is really reserved. The sun is the soul of I don't know, astrology, your zodiac signs. Your sun represents your soul. So that's why Sundays are, a day of worship, a day of fasting. It's a good day to work with your angels, with your ancestors. So just knowing those days it's good to give your spells a boost of power. Also knowing where you are in the moon phase. Full moons are great for all types of magic, but especially doing magic to banish, to reverse, anything that you really need an extra boost of power. And then the waning moon as well. So full moon and then leading up to the new moon is a good time to do reversals and to clear your energy. New moon is a new cycle. So as we get closer to the new moon, you want to get rid of stuff that you don't really want to bring with you into this new cycle. Once the new moon hits, that's manifesting new things. So what you're trying to bring into your space, into your life within this new cycle. So anyways, we are in the waning. We're leading up to the new moon in Libra. Libra is ruled by Venus, and Libra is the justice card in tarot. So Libra does rule over justice. So I'm intentionally doing this before that new moon to start a new cycle that will bring justice to what has been done unfairly. So anyone that thinks it's okay to attack an animal is severely mentally ill, and they deserve to have this thrown back at them. So that's what we're doing today. So I kind of tried to do this the cheapest way possible to show you guys that magic really doesn't have to be expensive. I had this wooden box just lying around my house. I wasn't using it. It was red before, so I got silver metallic paint and painted the outside. This isn't a necessary part of the spell. I just like to do it because I like to cover it as much in reflective. I want this entire surface area to be somewhat reflective. So the only thing that's really necessary is to put one piece of mirror on each side. Some people do all four, some people just do top and bottom. I do all around, and I cover a lot. The last one I did to protect myself and my twin flame after I knew that the death magic would start back up after my last one. Whenever you threaten to expose evil people, they go into overdrive. I called it my last video. I knew that they would start the death magic up. I wanted to protect him from what they would do as well as myself. So I have done these for us both. And those I really took the time to cover the entire surface area. It took several days, and it's not really super necessary. So this time I covered quite a bit, and then I painted the rest with metallic, which I did last time too. Did the metallic. I just wanted to. A lot of my magic is intuitive. I kind of take bits and pieces from everything. I like to study different religions. I like to study different, occultism and metaphysics. I like that stuff, but I am a type of person that I just feel like I know what's best for me, so I'm never going to take what somebody else says with like 100% truth. I take what feels right and good to me, and then I kind of leave the rest. So this is just what I do. This is not, some like intricate spell you have to follow exactly as I do it. Okay, anyway, for the box, I just had this lying around. I did green on the inside of the box because green is a color for healing, and I want her spirit to heal inside the box. And outside the box, I am protecting her from any more magic interference. So what the mirror does is when somebody sends dark magic towards her, it will bounce off and go right back to that person. So she will be protected. The paints that I use are like $2 from Walmart. So I just used a metallic silver and a green for the inside of hers. The mirror I just got a handheld mirror from Walmart. I think it was like $4 and some change. With the mirror, you want to get a brand new mirror, get one that's never been used before. You want one that hasn't been really looked in before, and avoid looking at it. So walking around the store, I put it face down. Once I got it in the bag, I've kept it in the bag and away out of sight until today when I was ready to do the spell. I broke the mirror while it was in the bag to keep the pieces contained, but also, prevent anyone from looking at it. And then as I've been putting it on here, I am not looking in the mirror. I'm keeping it angled away from me. Covered all sides. That's just how I do it. Some people just cover the floor, like I said. Some do the top and bottom. I prefer to cover all my bases. So you really only need one piece of mirror on each side. I cover, if I have a piece that'll fit there, I stick it there. It's kind of willy-nilly, but I prefer to do more than less, if that makes sense. Okay, so when you do this, you want to do, it might still be wet. You want to do inside the box something. If you're doing it to protect another person, you want to have something of theirs, or you want to do the name and birthday. So you do 3 times, full name, full birthday. If they have any, like nicknames they go by, use the nicknames as well. So, I usually do 3 of each: government name, nickname, whatever. So this is Callie's collar. This is her old collar. She wore this for a few years. I soaked it overnight in some mix of different types of like holy waters and oils. I'm not going to go over exactly what I did. I'm going to be kind of vague, guys. It's just I don't want anyone trying to undo this. And really, it's not like you need to follow exactly what I did. This is just what I did. So collar going inside. I also have some of her hair. So ideally, you want to do like hair. You can do like clothing that they like. It needs to be something that hasn't been washed. Birthday, name and birthday. Also do like fingernail or toenail clippings. Gross. But yeah, those are different types of personal items you can use to get their kind of essence. I also brushed her and got some of her hair. So I'm going to put some of her hair in here too. Just because with the collar soaking, that removed some of her, I don't know, pet dander or whatever. So there. Now her essence is in the box. Now I'm going to cover her stuff in some different types of herbs and powder. So I have an uncrossing powder from a shop in Portland I really liked. So I'm just going to put a little bit in there. I have Victory Over Evil powder. I'm going to put some of that. I have Van powder. Van just speeds up a spell, so I want this to work as fast as possible. Other powders I have been doing incense, so I've lit prayer candles for her and did a protection spell and reversal spell on what's been done. And I also have been burning incense every night, so I was doing a divine healing incense and then a go away evil incense. So I'm gonna take the powders of that incense and put it in there as well, just because I want some of what I've already been doing to be included. I also have some, I'm not Cuban, so I don't practice Santeria. This is it cascarilla is how it's pronounced. It is powdered eggshells. It's good for protection. So those are the powders I'm going to put in there. And then I have herbs. So a good way to strengthen uncrossing powder is to include some slippery elm. Slippery elm helps to get rid of the evil eye and gossip and slander. So this isn't really as much for her as what people have, you know, I don't know how you can gossip and slander about a dog. I'm sure they have somehow, but it gets rid of the evil eye, and then, you know, people have been talking shit about you. So if you have that problem, you can get uncrossing powder and then mix some slippery elm. You want to mix in angelica root. This vibrates with Archangel Michael, so it's very protective. It vibrates with the angels, so putting some of that in there. And then you put a little bit of sulfur. Sulfur drives away evil. So sulfur is good to use in reversal spells, spells to get rid of people, things like that. Other things I'm including, lavender. Lavender is relaxing, so I want her to be at peace and relaxed. I don't want her to be suffering anymore. It's my oil. Some sage to purify. Elder wards, so to protect her from any further attacks, to ward off any evil. Rue is another protection herb. So I'm just putting a pinch of this. Cornflower is good for peace as well, so I want her to be at peace. Chamomile, again, calming. I'm trying to, you know, include as much that will keep her calm and relaxed. What else did I have for her? I have some rosebuds for healing. I have some cloves here for protection, like these. You can get them from Walmart. They are inexpensive. You can get them from any grocery store. Cloves are pretty far and wide. And then I have marigold. Marigold vibrates with the sun as well. So the sun is a card of healing and illumination. So if there are any things, you know, right now they don't know what's wrong with her, and I've spent almost $4,000 trying to find what's wrong with her, and right now they're saying that she needs to go to a neurologist, and it might be a tumor in her brain somewhere or on her spinal column. Just to get evaluated by the neurologist would be approximately $5,000, and they don't, you know, there's also the chance that she gets evaluated, and then they also don't know what's wrong. So it's not like you pay $5,000, and if it doesn't, they don't know what's wrong, you get that money back. Like the money I've already spent to try to help her, you know, they don't know what it is. And 9 times out of 10, when you're having serious health issues and nobody can figure out what's wrong, it's witchcraft. So we are just going to make sure this doesn't happen again to her, and that she's safe, and, you know, set her up for healing the best I can. So that's what it looks like. I am going to sorry, I'm trying to make sure I've included everything I wanted to with her. I'm going to do I hope this is helpful, guys. You don't have to do everything that I do. It's just, this is a really great spell to do if you have been under warfare, an attack, or slander, or just people wishing you, you know, ill will. This is just a really great spell to do to protect yourself from any negativity people send your way. And this is light magic, so it's, you know, this couldn't backfire on you anyway. There's no repercussions for this type of magic. So Yes. Black salt, that's what I was missing. Black salt is also called witch's salt. It is good for protection as well. Look at this little scoop. It's so cute. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of salt in here to protect her as well. Okay, that's what we were missing. Now that I have done all of that, what I'm going to do is pray over this and do some light. I'm gonna put my light into this. So a way that you can channel your light is you want to kind of get into a meditative state. So close your eyes, somewhere quiet, or you can listen to meditative music, and it's called light sourcing. So what you do is you picture a large beam of light coming down from the sky into the crown chakra, and then you want to feel the light slowly move throughout your body. So from the top of your head down to your feet, and then imagine it going down to the bottom, the center of the earth, the core of the earth, and then coming back up and connecting. So then you're kind of like, you know, like a fetus propelled in the universe, strung by light. And then you want to imagine this light that you have growing. So a lot of light sourcing meditations will have you, you know, imagine it fill up your room, and then fill up your city, and then your country, and then the whole world. And then, you know, you can start your light work. So, you know, you can just do yourself as a light being. You don't have to do maybe the room if that's where you're doing your spell, but it's up to you, whatever floats your boat. So once you do that, you want to take your hands and you want to do them like this to start to feel the heat between your hands, and then do them like this, and you'll feel like you can feel energy that way. You'll start to feel your aura. So when you feel like, you can also try to like grow it bigger. And once you have the ball where you feel comfortable, you channel it into whatever, you know, your spell, whatever you're working on. So you picture like a, you know, a basketball of just pure light that you have pulled down from the heavens and connected to Mother Earth. And now you're pushing it into this to bless it and cleanse it. And then you kind of pray over it until you tell it what you want it to do. You can also write, what's it called? A thing, what's it called? Petition. Write a petition about what you want to do. So, you know, like protection, healing, whatever. I have done work on this for a week, so Spirit is well aware what I want this to do. Also, the herbs in here are specifically chosen to do what I want it to do, and the color coordination as well. The green is for healing, so I'm not going to do that because I don't need to. After that, I'm going to I've been using this terrifying glue gun, industrial. It's horrifyingly dangerous. I'm going to use this to glue around and seal it completely shut. And then with these, you need to bury them. I like to bury it somewhere that you feel at peace. So if there's like a spot that you like to go to outside that just makes you feel really peaceful, or, you know, if there's somewhere that you feel safe and good, that's where you want to bury it. You want to bury it somewhere with really good vibrations. And you don't want to bury it somewhere where it's not going to be touched again, because you want this to just be left alone forever. Other options for this that you could put inside. You can put inside crystals if you have crystals. My camera is kind of sitting on my thing. Right on top. Oh, don't mean to shake you guys. I'm going to include lapis lazuli. Is this how it is pronounced? I don't know. I'm terrible with pronunciation, guys. Sorry. I'm going to include one of these. This is good for intuition, but it's also good for brain activity because it's neurological what she's experiencing. So one of those that's already been charged, and a black tourmaline to suck up any bad energy. So, I'm going to do another crystal. I'm going to do a healing crystal in here too. Green crystals tend to be for healing. So anyway, that is what you do. Glue it shut, bury it somewhere, you're good to go. Other option for this. Now, this is a more advanced. So if you are brand new to magic, I highly recommend, don't do something like this if you don't know what you're doing. Don't do something like this if you're not totally sure this person is the person that sent this to me, you know. What you want to do is you get another container. So I went to the dollar store. This was $1. This is like a Happy Holidays tin. I painted it black. It needs to be black on the outside. What you're going to do, this is a return to sender mirror box. So what you do is, instead of doing the mirrors on the outside, you are going to, for this type of box, you do the mirrors on the inside, and then you put the person inside. And what this does is you do this for a dangerous person. So I'm aware of who did this. It's more than one person, but other people I've already done quite a bit of work to stop them. One person I was trying to give the benefit of the doubt, and Spirit let me know that Spirit was trying to work with this person, trying to help this person understand what they were doing was wrong. So we tried to give this person time to figure it out, and they just refused. So this is kind of a last resort. I don't like to do this type of stuff to somebody. This isn't going to harm. I would not ever do any magic to generate darkness. This is returning darkness to somebody. But what this does is putting the mirrors around the inside with, personal item of the person, name, same thing. It will make it to where any darkness they try to put out into the world will automatically mirror back. So this is kind of like a last resort to do for somebody that you have tried to bind, that you have tried to banish, and they are just super wicked and you're not able to get them to stop, So same process. You're going to put them in here, and you can include with these anything you want. If you are into sigils, you can do a sigil. You can do a petition. You can do different herbs. For stuff to send back to somebody, you revocation, return to sender oils. This is my personal return to sender. And you want to do, the herbs that you use are like spicy. So like red pepper, chili powder, cloves are another one because they can symbolize like nails. So like, nail in the coffin type thing. Also, poppy seed is really good. Poppy seed is for confusion, to confuse that person to where they're not able to plan and plot effectively because they're confused about what's going on. So it's not exactly, you're not harming the person as long as they're not harming others. Never create darkness, guys. I highly recommend, do not ever go and create darkness unless you absolutely have no choice and you're being guided to. I mean, we're not going to get into it. I don't want to teach any of that type of stuff on my channel, so I'm not going to go through what I'm doing or, explain that. This is how you do it. So after you do the mirrors and you do your spell, you do what all you need to do, you are going to bury it in a graveyard. And this is why I am not recommending doing this if you don't know what you're doing, because graveyard spells, this is not a graveyard spell to kill anybody at all. This will not, unless this person is doing relentless death magic, and then it might go back on that person. But this is to stop somebody from causing harm to other people energetically. So any type of magic, any type of darkness, any type of slander they're putting out there is going to hit back this person until they stop, and then they won't have any more harm come to them. So it's just mirroring back their own energy. Don't generate darkness in the world. There's enough darkness already. But yeah, you do the mirrors on the inside. The outside of the container needs to be black. And what you're going to do is bury it at a graveyard. You need to make sure that you know how to handle spirits before you do something like that. You don't want to, I don't like this person, I want to hurt them, so this won't unless this person is doing darkness to other people, this will have no effect on them. If they're just a normal person and they don't go around trying to hurt other people and sending other people darkness, this will have zero, zero power in their life. This is just to reflect back darkness to somebody that will not stop. You bury it in a graveyard to hand them over to the spirits. So what you want to do is, with this stuff, you can't just go around wishing harm on people all the time, because whatever you're putting out into the universe will come back to you. So if you hold grudges and you're angry and you're bitter and you're wishing harm on everybody, that's why your life sucks, because you're putting that energy out and out and out. This is for somebody that you just want gone. You want them to stop meddling. You want them to stop sending darkness. You want their energy out of your life, and you've tried everything else and they just won't stop. You do a mirror box spell. Put mirrors on the inside, all sides, same as this, just, opposite. And then you bury it at a graveyard. And I'm not really going to go into that process because I don't want to give somebody that doesn't know what they're doing any information on how to do it. I feel like if you don't know which herbs to do and you don't know how to work with spirits, you should not be doing this, because you going to a graveyard and messing with the energy there, you are going to attract dark spirits that are going to follow you home and torment you. So it's not something to do as you don't know what you're doing and you're just Googling ways to hurt somebody because you don't like them. So this is another type of mirror spell. This is a more serious one. If you know how to work with spirits, if you have good intentions, if this is a last resort for you and you've tried everything else, you'll be completely fine. This is not putting out darkness. This is considered dark work because you're working with, spirits to not harm this person, but to prevent them from doing any more harm, which if they're putting out harm, it's going to come back to them. I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say there. So I'm not really going to go into detail on how to do this type. I feel like you should know what you're doing. If you don't know what herbs to use and you don't know how to work with spirits and you don't know, then don't. Just don't. Other things I wanted to show you. So this was $1. So get a container, $1. This was for something. I didn't look for mirrors at the dollar store, but I'm sure they're cheaper there. And they actually had prayer candles, and I'm not somewhere where there would be a lot of people using prayer candles, so that was kind of cool. So these are Virgin Mary and then St. Jude. These were $1, $1.45, $1.75, something like that. Then a plain one was just $1. So you can do these in tandem with a prayer candle, or you can use just little altar candles. Red is good for return to sender. Red is a Mars color. Purple is for, purple can do return to sender. My return to sender candles are purple. But purple also is for guidance, is for your third eye. So I'm going to use this with my dog Callie's box, just to pull in guidance and also help her intellectually, just because the attack was on her brain, basically. So very dark magic they did. So I'm going to put a stop to that here. But that's sorry, it's been a little chaotic. I haven't done a reading in a while. I just obviously have a lot going on. I'm getting my office set up, and then I'm going to start doing readings again. So those are coming soon. I also opened my Etsy shop back up, and I have some new products on my site. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll put the link in the bio. I also have some really, really, really cool items coming soon. I'm so excited about them. It's just with what's been going on, I just have not had a lot of time to focus. But it's finally, she's finally getting to a point where she doesn't need around-the-clock care like she did. She's still in very serious condition, so I do appreciate prayers and light sent our way. But she is starting to improve to where I am not in a panic if she's out of my sight. So I can work a little bit more on this without feeling stressed, you know, which is what the magic was intended to do. People attack people you love like that to get you off your focus. You know, they really want me to just give up my spiritual work and go back to working a 9 to 5 and just be defeated, you know, but this is really my passion and my calling. So nothing is going to stop me from doing that. And if anything, it's going to encourage me more, because the fact that somebody would do something like that shows me how much evil there is in the world. And we need more people of light that are willing to fight against it and not be one of these toxic love and light people that, you know, refuse to acknowledge that there are dark people that do awful things, and that sometimes they deserve to have it put back on them. So yeah, I hope this was helpful for you guys. Feel free to ask questions. Again, don't ask me questions about the graveyard spell, because I'm not going to. You need to do your own research with it. That was the basics. Do your own research, follow your intuition. Again, don't play with stuff like that if you don't know what you're doing. So you need to have a little bit of, if not experience, you need to have like an inner knowing of what to do. So if, you know, if this doesn't come naturally to you, just don't play with it, guys. There's so many other ways you can return it. Just do one of these. This is light work. No type of backfiring with this. With this, if you have bad intentions and you go to a graveyard, it's not a good idea. So anyway, I hope that was helpful, guys. I will be back soon with some cool videos and more cool products. Again, my shop is in the description if you want to check it out. Thanks. Bye.